Hello everyone, welcome back to Believers Science Academy Bengaluru. This is topic of today. In today's topic, we'll discuss one of the most burning issue in India, that is the issue of Ladakh. The Ladakhis feel betrayed. The leaders of Ladakh, like Sona Mungchuk, are on fast unto death, and the government is releasing their own statements. And Ladakhis are given certain demands, but the government is not ready to accept these demands. In today's video, we'll discuss all the demands of Ladakh and why the government is hesitant to provide all these demands. And apart from that, we'll also discuss the context, the background from everything, even before the constitution, even before the independence of India, and even before the Ladakh was an union territory. Everything from the beginning to current day will be discussed in today's video. So, welcome to the topic, that is Ladakh Betrayed, from Nehru to Modi. We'll discuss from the past context to the current relevance. So, first we'll discuss the brief history of Ladakh. What is Ladakh and what is its history? So, ancient roots. Ladakh was initially known as the land of high roads, the land of high passes. Ladakh was historically an important center of Buddhism, culture, and trade, especially through the silk trade. At current days as well, Ladakh is a significant point or significant place for Buddhism, and the region has deep ties with the Tibet and Central Asia, influencing its language, monasteries, and way of life. Even now, you see the way of Ladakh, which is almost similar to the Central Asia and Tibet rather than of mainland India. Next, the Kingdom of Ladakh. From the 9th and 19th century, almost for a whole of century, almost for whole of 1000 years, there was a Ladakh kingdom. Independent Buddhist kingdom with its capital at Leh. It came under Dogra rule in the mid 19th century when the Dogras of Jammu conquered it. So, almost 1000 years of Ladakh rule by the Ladakhi kings was destroyed or conquered by Dogra rulers of Jammu and Kashmir. So these Dogra rulers are also famous for secessioning Jammu and Kashmir to India. When the independence happened, when there was a question about Jammu Kashmir, which union will it go to? Whether it will go to Pakistan Union or whether it will go to Indian Union. The Dogra under the King Hari Singh decided to sign a treaty of accession with India. As a result, Jammu and Kashmir along with Leh and Ladakh came to India. Okay, that we'll discuss in the subsequent video. So then integration with Jammu and Kashmir. After the 1947, Ladakh became part of East Wales state of Jammu and Kashmir. The Ladakhis had a distinct identity, but politically underrepresented compared to Kashmir and Jammu. Though the Ladakh region is so huge, but the population is very sparse because of the harsh conditions, because of the cold deserts that is present in Ladakh, which is uninhabitable for most of the people. So as a result, though the region is so vast, the population is very less. As a result, they were not provided adequate representation in the main Jammu and Kashmir state. As a result, they were sidelined by the Jammu and Kashmiri, they were sidelined by the Kashmiri and Jammu issues, and Leh and Ladakh demands and their identity was always undermined. So they always had a demand for maintaining or sustaining their own identity, that is the Ladakhi or Leh identity. Next, demand for union territories. Since the 1940s, that is even before India got independence, even before Jammu and Kashmir was provided into India, even before Leh and Ladakh was accessed into India, the Ladakhis had always demanded a union territory. That is, Ladakh leaders, especially in the Leh region, felt ignored by Jammu and Kashmir's Kashmir-centric politics. The demand for a union territory status separating Ladakh from Kashmir grew steadily over the period of time because the Kashmiri politics and the significance of Kashmir for India and Pakistan gave it undue significance, and which was followed by Jammu, which was followed by Leh and Ladakh. So whenever there was a presidency of priority or any issues that are being discussed in Jammu and Kashmir state, the Leh and Ladakh demands, the Leh and Ladakh issues were always at the bottom, meaning they were always sidelined. Next, abrogation of Article 370 in 2019 and Ladakh's new status. So the demand for union territory was growing, but that was sidelined because of the larger issue at the hand. That was the presence of Article 370 and 35A. What was Article 370? This granted Jammu and Kashmir a special autonomy. It provided Jammu and Kashmir their own state flag. It provided Jammu and Kashmir their own constitution itself. So, and under Article 35A, outsiders could not buy land or apply for jobs in Jammu and Kashmir. Ladakh, as part of Jammu and Kashmir, indirectly enjoyed these protections. Though the demand was for the protection of Jammu and Kashmir through this Article 370 and 35A, just because Leh and Ladakh was part of Jammu and Kashmir, it also enjoyed these protections, meaning no one could buy land in Jammu and Kashmir, meaning no one could buy land in Leh and Ladakh, and no one could apply for jobs in Leh and Ladakh as well. So they enjoyed particular protection. But August 5, 2019, on this fateful day, Article 370 was abrogated and Article 35A was removed, meaning Jammu and Kashmir lost the protection. Jammu and Kashmir lost its special provisions. So the Union government abrogated Article 370 and Jammu and Kashmir was subsequently bifurcated into Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir with a legislature and Union Territory of Ladakh, which will be without legislature. This Jammu and Kashmir with a legislature on the similar lines of Delhi, whereas Ladakh without legislature on the similar lines of Diu and Daman. Okay, so one of the major demand of Ladakh was that it is declared as Union Territory. Now Ladakh was declared as Union Territory, and initially this move was given huge support by the Ladakhis. So initial response in Leh and Ladakh. Some Ladakhis celebrated Union Territory status, hoping it would bring development and direct central governance. But soon the concerns started to rise. The concerns arose that lack of constitutional safeguards could expose Ladakh to land grabs, job losses, and cultural erosion. The protection they enjoyed under Article 370 and 35A are now being lifted. Though they were happy that they are being given the protection under Union Territory, they were unhappy because there was no constitutional safeguard. Now they are open to land grab by outside Indians. They are open to land grab by the mainland Indians. Now they are open to job taken away by the mainland Indians. Now they are open for their cultural erosion. So the concerns started rising. Because of these concerns, the Ladakh started demanding certain protections. So cut back to the chase now. So this is the current status. Ladakh's demand. One is full-fledged statehood, constitutional safeguards, additional Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha seats, and early recruitment. These are the demands. So who is this person? This is Sonam Wangchuk. Who is this Sonam Wangchuk? He was portrayed as Rancho in the famous Three Idiots movie by Amir Khan. So this was Rancho based on his life. The Rancho Phunksuk Wangdo. Phunksuk Wangdo was inspired by this person. He is a major Ladakh leader who is on the fast unto death for certain demands. So you can see the newspaper articles which is discussing about Ladakh climate activist and others stopped from entering Delhi. He went even to Delhi on the march where he wanted certain demands, but those demands were not met. So he is always on the fighting. He is always fighting for Ladakh and Ladakh's culture, Ladakh's jobs, Ladakh's land. So what are the current demands of Ladakh? Ladakhi groups, mainly the Leh Apex Body and Kargil Democratic Alliance, are united on four key demands. There are majorly four key demands. What are the four demands? First one is inclusion in the sixth schedule. Inclusion in sixth schedule. That is to protect land, jobs, culture, and resources. This sixth schedule is present in the Constitution of India, which provides certain protection, similar to tribal areas in the northeast. Okay, currently AMMT, that is Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, and Tripura, enjoys sixth schedule status. Enjoys sixth schedule status, and they want this sixth schedule status to be expanded to Ladakh on the lines of northeast, because we also share distinct culture. We are also tribal people. We have the right to protect our own distinct cultures under Article 29 and 30. So under this Article 29, 30 include us in sixth schedule. That is the demand of Ladakh. And second demand is full statehood for Ladakh. Currently, Ladakh is a union territory without state legislature, but now their demand is democratic representation and self-rule. And third is two Lok Sabha seats, that is Leh and Kargil. Currently, Ladakh has only one Lok Sabha seat, which alternates with the political representation. They want separate representation for Leh, the Buddhist majority, and Kargil, a Shia Muslim majority. So they want two more Lok Sabha seats. Next, filling of government vacancies. That is, many jobs remains unfulfilled or unfilled, fueling unemployment among the Ladakh youth. So they want faster recruitment. They want all the youths to be recruited to these jobs so that there is lesser unemployment. So these are the four major demands. One is complete statehood with legislature, more seats in the Lok Sabha, and jobs to be given to youth. And finally, the most important is inclusion of Ladakh in sixth schedule. So these are the demands. So what is the sixth schedule here? Just a discussion about the sixth schedule. It is a provision in the constitution under Article 244 and 275 for certain tribal areas. Currently, Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Tripura, that is AMMT, as I explained to you, except Manipur. Do not confuse MM with Manipur. It is Meghalaya and Mizoram. One of the major demand of Manipur before the Manipur issue happened was also inclusion of Manipur in the sixth schedule or inner lane permit. They wanted inner lane permit, they wanted sixth schedule status to Manipur as well, but it was not provided, and as a result, some of the issues happened between the Kuki and Meiti, and it resulted in the huge like death and destruction in Manipur, which kept on going until recent Prime Minister Modi visit there. Next, features of sixth schedule is there will be autonomous district councils with legislative, judicial, and administrative powers, which will not be under the control of either state or the center, meaning not under the governor, not under the president. Next, protection over land, culture, and resources from the outside interferences. The issues with respect to land, culture, and the resources will be dealt by the autonomous district councils. Next, control over the local customs, jobs, and development. Why Ladakh wants it? Okay, so these are all the protections are provided under sixth schedule, but why does Ladakh want it? Ladakh want it because 97% of Ladakh's population is tribal. So they are already in the scheduled tribes. So we are already the tribal groups. So let us include this in the sixth schedule, which is for other tribal categories. They see sixth schedule as the best safeguard against the land alienation and cultural loss. So they want their protection. They want the protection under sixth schedule. So these are the demands, and this is where Ladakh feel betrayed. Now, critical analysis. How far the demands of Ladakh are valid and how far the demands of government is valid. First, we'll discuss from the positive aspects of Ladakh. Why the Ladakh is demanding and why Ladakh is valid with respect to these demands. First is protection of identity. Sixth schedule would ensure cultural and ecological preservation of this fragile Himalayan ecosystem. So, good on them. Next, democratic participation. Statehood or more representation would give Ladakhis a strong political voice, which was not given to them before they were part of Jammu and Kashmir, where their voice was always subdued because of the demand of Kashmiris or Jammus. Now, strategic significance. Ladakh is a border region. Ladakh, if it is converted into state, will become a border state, which provides it with the extra significance. Ladakh borders China and Pakistan. It borders both China and Pakistan, and some of the region called as Aksai Chin is already being occupied by China. Empowering locals could strengthen the national security. So the demands of locals should be met whenever they are in the border regions. Their demands has to be met, or else it will result in more influx of Chinese or Pakistani men into these regions. So you need the locals of Ladakh to be very strong. Next, sustainable development. That is, local decision making can prevent exploitative industrial projects. So that is the current demand. Sonam Wangchuk says that if we are not provided the sixth schedule, if the industries are allowed in Ladakh, it is going to destroy the ecosystem, it is going to destroy the jobs of the Ladakhis, and it is going to destroy the culture of Ladakhis. That is what is the headline of today's newspaper. So this is Ladakh. This region is the Kargil region. They want one legislature for these Kargil regions, which is mainly dominated by Shia Muslims, and this rest of the region is Leh region, Leh Ladakh region. Okay, and this particular party is called as Aksai Chin, which is currently occupied by China post 1966. 1966 war between China and India, and this particular part is called as POK, which is under the occupation of Pakistan, which was again a great blunder by the past government of India, which should have never went to United Nations for ceasefire. If we had not went for United Nations for ceasefire, we would have occupied this particular region, and it will be part of India at the moment now. But again, anyway, we can discuss about it in some other video. Next, challenges and counterpoints. First is feasibility of statehood. Their demand is statehood. Okay, we can give statehood, but what is the feasibility? The population of Ladakh is only over 3 lakh people. So Ladakh is India's least populated regions. Critics argue that a full-fledged state may not be viable. Instead of full-fledged state, we can go for union territories. Governance versus autonomy. The center prefers union territory control due to the Ladakh's sensitive border areas. Granting too much autonomy could complicate the security. So we cannot take chances with respect to security. Whenever there is a issue of national security, we cannot take chances. We cannot complicate our strategic and security issues. Next, sixth schedule precedent. Extending it outside of the northeast might open the demand for similar demands. A similar demands in the tribal regions such as Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, where there are significant amount of a significant number of tribals available. So it is like opening a Pandora box. Opening a Pandora box, meaning if you provide sixth schedule to Ladakh, then similar demand from other states will follow. Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and it is never going to end. So all the states with a significant number of tribal are going to demand for the sixth schedule. So when is there a end? So once the Pandora box is open, there is no end to it. So we have to be very careful. Then economic growth also safeguards. Too many restrictions might limit investment, jobs, and infrastructure projects in Ladakh. Okay. So again, you want sustainability, you want protection of culture as well, but what about the development, what about the jobs you want? So in order to available or in order to provide available jobs for the Ladakh youth, you need development as well. So development has to go hand in with environment, so it is also necessary. So the points of Ladakh are also fair and the points of government is also fair. Now what should be the way forward? How do you balance it? We have to go forward, we have to bring a balance. How do you bring balance? One is balanced approach, that is not the sixth schedule but a similar mechanism similar to sixth schedule, that is a modified sixth schedule framework tailored for Ladakh's needs itself, that is protecting lands and jobs while ensuring security. So a similar mechanism can be brought out just for Ladakh. Next, regular dialogue, that is the irregular broken talks with the home ministry have fueled mistrust. Structured engagement is much needed. So there has to be regular communication, there has to be regular debate, there has to be regular dialogue, so that it brings some sort of trust among the Ladakhis. Next, decentralization. Strengthening Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Councils with the more powers. Instead of providing a sixth schedule, what you can do is you can provide more powers, to Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development District Councils, which are already autonomous, which are already working on the similar lines of autonomous district councils. Why not just strengthen them? Next, representation. At least 2 Lok Sabha seats or a Rajya Sabha seat could balance Leh and Kargil's concerns. That is a valid concern. Such a big region with such like sizable population should be provided representation at the central level. Then developmental safeguards. That is, we know development is necessary, but this development should be sustainable. That is, encouraging eco-friendly tourism, small-scale industries rather than large outside investments. Okay, so this has to be the way forward. Only then Ladakh, its significance for security, culture, border, environment will be safeguarded. All will be balanced. Okay, so this is the topic of the day for today. So if you have any other doubts or any other suggestions for me on this particular topic, if you are from Ladakh or if you are from some other part of India who has an opinion on these things, be opinionated. Write down in the comment box what is your opinion on this regard. Was I right in my regard? Is the government right in his regard? Is the Ladakh right in their regard? Take a stand. Be opinionated, because UPSC demands a strong opinionated person. You have to have your own opinions. So build such an opinions. Write down your opinions in the comment box. Okay, are you on the side of Ladakh? Are you on the side of government, or are you on the side of me? Okay, let us see in the comment box. So write down in the comment box, is Ladakh really betrayed, or is the government right to its spirit? So this ends the topic of the day today. With this, I will end the video. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.